In this video, we'll be comparing BO1 Verrückt to BO2 Farm. This is the second video in the comparison series. In the first video, we compared BO1 nach untoten to BO2 Bus Depot, and as I'm sure you can imagine, nach untoten easily won that one. But this one's interesting because we have Verrückt against Farm. So let's get right into it. We'll start with the guns on each respective map. BO1 Verrückt has the same guns as it did on nach untoten, but now the wonder weapon, instead of being the thunder gun, is the winter's howl. Excuse me? Instead of putting the thunder gun in Verrückt like they did with nach untoten, they replaced it with the winter's howl. Now, there's a lot to be said about this wonder weapon. I'll just say right now, there's nothing wonderful about it. It falls off in round 20, even a little earlier than that actually. Well, in comparison to Farm has the ray gun and the ray gun Mark II. Now, I'll just say this right now. One of these wonder weapons is going to get you a little further than the other. Now, I'll leave it up to speculation which one it is, but let's just move on to the actual normal guns. BO1, of course, uses the same guns that it did in nach untoten. It has the BO1 guns and the World at War guns. The BO1 guns are fine. They're very mediocre. Some of them are okay, a lot of them are garbage. And you know what else shares that same trait? BO2. But at least you have the ray gun and the ray gun Mark II to make up for that, unlike the winter's howl. The wall weapons on each map are unique in the fact that BO1 Verrückt wins by like a landslide. Look at how many wall guns there are. Like, you have stuff like the STG on the wall. What do you have on Farm? The Olympia. You have the galvanicles on the wall on Farm, but that's like one of the 3 wall buys on the map, so it doesn't really mean a whole lot in the grand scheme of things, whereas on Verrückt you have so many more options for guns that you can wall buy, along with guns having multiple wall buy locations, and just being overall better guns. I mean, look at this. You can be. Verrückt wins by a mile. Point goes to Verrückt, I guess. We're not even keeping score, but point goes to Verrückt either way. Now we'll talk about the layout of each map. Now, Verrückt has definitely a more interesting layout, since you'll either spawn on a side that has quick revive or a side that has juggernog. Both sides have unique wall guns, respectively, and both have different routes to go to the power switch. Yes, along with this, Verrückt also has a power switch, unlike Farm. On Verrückt, if you spawn on the jug side, you'll have to go up and through double tap to turn on the power. And if you spawn on the quick revive side, you'll have to go through meal kick and speed cola to turn on the power. Verrückt also has multiple box locations where Farm only has one, and Verrückt also has electric traps, which are in very weird locations. I mean, the map is pretty small, so you wouldn't expect them to be in any bare spots, but because it has traps, it just makes it a lot more easy to do high rounds, considering you at least have something to kill zombies with on higher rounds in comparison to, well, the winter's howl. Farm has just 4 perks: quick revive, jug, double tap, and speed cola. The only real notable things are that Farm has a single box location and it has galvanicles on the wall. Oh yeah, let's fucking go. Okay, Farm instantly wins this debate. You wanna know what else Farm has? The lava. It's back again, baby. You already know if we're talking about the green run maps, we gotta talk about the lava. So the lava's on Farm, and it's probably in the most annoying spot ever, being in front of the entire house, which is where you'll be going every time you want to buy basically half the perks on the map or spin the box. So you will be dealing with fire zombies, which I would say is bad, but in comparison to Verrückt, Verrückt has super sprinters, or Verrückt sprinters, whatever you want to refer to them as. And let me just say, if you thought the zombies in BO3 or BO4 were coked up, fuck these things, dude. There's super sprinters on Verrückt of all maps, which is like the most close quarter map possible, but you have like one room you can train in, and yeah, these zombies are just gonna fucking sprint at you like they're coked up, and yeah, you're gonna die. You're gonna go down. So now let's touch back on the perks on each map. Verrückt has 4 perks, that being quick revive, juggernog, double tap, and speed cola. And in the BO1 version, it also has meal kick, which is just awesome. I'm glad they brought this back. Unlike BO1 nach untoten, where all you got was meal kick, in Verrückt you actually have 5 perks to choose from. So yeah, it's so much better in comparison to BO1 nach. But what about in comparison to Farm? Well, Farm also has the 4 perks, that being quick revive, jug, double tap, and speed cola, but doesn't have meal kick. So, yeah, Verrückt wins, I guess. Lastly, I'll talk about the atmosphere. The atmosphere of Verrückt is very tense. eerie and unsettling. It's set in an abandoned asylum located in Germany, which adds to the creepy vibe of the environment. The color palette of the map is muted, with shades of gray and brown dominating the scenery. The sound design is exceptional, various audio cues and ambient noises adding to the overall feeling of dread. You can hear the sounds of zombies moaning and scratching at the windows, and the constant hum of electricity adds to the feeling of being trapped in a madhouse. I just put this in ChatGPT and this is what it came up with, and I guess I kind of agree. Verrückt is definitely the, I guess, scariest zombies map up until this point. Farm, on the other hand, takes place on a farm. I love the atmosphere of farm, but I'm sorry, Verrückt is like actually scary. So, point goes to Verrückt. And with that being said, that's the end of the comparison. Be sure to comment down below which one you think is better, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!
Death is inevitable, like hangover. You know that.
Oh yeah.